Hello and welcome to Take a Beat. My name is Tirza and I'm the digital pastor here at IES. And I am really excited to have you be a part of our anniversary series. Why are you guys laughing?
We're excited.
I'm excited because I am here with my friends. So you guys know Pastor Josh?
Hello.
Pastor Josh Kunze. And then this is Kristi, Sumolang. And I don't know. Can you introduce yourself? Because I have a lot that I can say to introduce you, but why don't you introduce yourself so that it's more appropriate?
Interesting. Well, my name is Kristi. I've been in IES. Maybe let's just start there. I've been in IES since the inception days.
I see.
No, so my dad, along with his grandpa and 3 other men, started IES, and so we were there since the beginning. And then at Kids Church, at Teens, and then into the adult service, and so on.
So yeah, I was at some point I was thinking, I should get the founders to sit and chat with me, but I'm like, you know what?
Next best thing.
No. Part of it is like, wow, like I don't know if like I have it in me to interview them. Also, like your oppa, like it's probably difficult to like I would have to travel there.
Yes.
And so I was like, you know what?
Take a beat in the hills.
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea, but. So I was thinking, you know what? Like I can do this with the second generation or the third generation, and this actually in honor of Pastor Josh. This episode is called "Back in My Day."
Oh, nice, yeah.
Because he says that to the teens all the time. Back in my day,
things were different.
Blah, blah, blah. Back in my day, I was like, okay, so let's talk about this. Back in my day, actually, so this is IES's 24th anniversary. I know it's 24. Adulthood.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question though, like, what were you doing when you were 24?
Me first. Okay, 24. I was actually planning my wedding.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, I had to sit in traffic.
Traffic on
I
a
traveled
Monday.
2 weeks here just to be in your wedding, and then went
you.
back to the US.
Yeah. Yeah.
remember
So, yeah, I was actually planning my wedding. Yeah.
Because your wedding and your birthday wasn't very far apart.
4 days
Yeah.
apart.
Yes.
I was definitely not planning a wedding. But I think back when I was 24, I think I was very much focused on music, writing music, recording music, starting a music career. But even during that time, still very much, I think, involved in ministry.
I was thinking this. You know what? I think I have a photo of us from your wedding. Maybe we can show it here. I don't know. Whenever I say photos, it strikes fear in Josh's heart.
That's true.
I know, I've been telling Pastor Tirza, not too cringy.
Well, the thing is, I think there's more cringy photos of
Me,
him.
faux show. I need to sign off on all these pictures.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we stuck friends with him through all the
That's
cringy
right.
days.
That's right.
Arya would always say, like, through thick and thin.
Yeah, there was, and I think I went through a few of those.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm
Now
pretty sure I did.
all the people watching will now have to do research since you said that. Otherwise, they...
Well, just contact me. I have the vault of photos.
Yes, you do.
So, IES, like, what were some of your first memories of IES?
I think some of my first memories of IES were back in our BNI
BNI 46 on 46th
days.
floor.
On the 46th floor with Dunkin' Donuts in the lobby, amazing sandwiches on the 46th floor. Kids Church. Kids Church was always fun. I remember once Kamlesh fooled all the boys because in Kids Church, we do like girls sit on one side and guys sit on one side, right? And then we do like the rules.
Very segregated.
The obey. Be a good listener and don't interrupt. O, only get up when you have permission. O, only righteous words are spoken. And M, make others feel welcome.
Boom.
It's very interesting what you retain. You didn't retain the BNI 46. You retained the donuts
rules.
and the rules.
Rules and food. Sounds pretty accurate to me. Numbers? Not so much. That was always Kristi's strong suit.
Actually, it's still her strong
Exactly.
suit. Even now when we go out to eat, can you calculate the tax?
Exactly. No, but Kamlesh once made us think that the SmackDown people were in town. Turns out they weren't.
The SmackDown people, as in like the wrestling.
Yes.
Okay. And why was that important?
It's funny.
But in BNI 46, like, yeah, that was obviously that's the first, like, us meeting in a building. That's actually ours that we rented. So that was really interesting. But we were there Kids Church days up until
Teenagers.
preteens, teenager days. Yes. So it was like, as the church grows a bit older, we were also
Growing older.
maturing. But because it's such a small church back then, there were so many opportunities for us to serve as well. So we were in church since the beginning, and we were like kind of like just pushed to serve.
What
Yeah.
were the things that you have done at church?
Oh, well, since the beginning, first, babysitters, like for the nursery classes.
Okay.
Like I was doing that preteens, and then teaching Kids Church like teen years, and then ministry and the teens.
Yeah, I think I remember our first time ever like having a teen service with Sister Gigi. Was kind of like we went 46th floor, then we
48
went up,
to the 48th floor.
to this like really cool like library
Lounge.
looking place, which was like, this is cool. We're teenagers now.
Yeah, we're like separated from like the other. Yeah,
It's special.
It's special. At that time, it felt it's special.
even then there were only like what 5 of us,
5 of us.
or something.
Or like 3 families, 4 families.
So that answers the question, who started the teens ministry at IES?
Gigi Kenny,
That's right. Thank you, Sister Gigi.
we love you.
Wait. What were the first things you did? I mean, the only thing that of course I wasn't there around that time, but the only thing that it would always be circulated by Pastor Dave is your Pharaoh.
Yeah. Actually, as far as I mean, like I said, I think each year there was a Christmas production. But I think actually that the infamous Pharaoh moment actually happened as I was already transitioning into teens or preteens. And I remember Josie at that time, who was our kids' church teacher. She was like, Josh, like, you need to be Pharaoh.
Yeah.
And so I became Pharaoh for 2 nights or 2 days.
I love that. Every time, I think every time he thinks about it, PD posts that photo on Facebook or reposts that photo on Facebook, and so it circulates.
Yes.
Although recently there has been another thing of you that has
I've seen WhatsApp stickers of me.
of you as what were you?
I was an angel.
He had a sword and everything. Yeah, I was a little concerned. I didn't even have my phone. I was sitting with the teens, and I was like, "Y'all might want to take out your phones now. Record now." But you're a good sport. You're a good sport.
Anything for the gospel.
I think. Oh, if you can't tell, we're all friends. We're all also the same age, and so we kind of went through stuff together. So back to IES. So IES started quite small, and you were also younger, and as
That was back in the day.
yeah. As you grew older, IES also grew older and bigger. So what were some of the significant changes when you're like, oh, that was a milestone for you?
Like spiritually, as a as a teenager, as a church. Like, I mean, I feel like there's so many ways.
But one of the change, I think,
All of the above.
yeah, okay. So, but one of the most apparent change, I would say, because we were there since the beginning, was when we couldn't like keep up who were in the or like who would like say hi to us, or like we say hi to them, but not knowing them on a first name basis. Then we were like, oh, the church is really growing. Like, yeah.
I think I definitely remember like Stacco days, because that was kind of like, that's where at least, I mean, we had kids church classes, we had the cool library lounge, but like when we moved to Stacco, out of the sudden the teenagers, not only, I mean, we had the chapel which we shared, but we had our actual services in the chapel.
Yeah.
And we had a lounge.
And we had a teens lounge. You know, we had like a hangout place.
There was like I don't even know what, Nintendo or something like that at some point.
Foosball.
Foosball. We had a billiard table.
Yeah.
I mean, later on.
Yeah.
Huh? So I think, yeah, I remember how, like, I think especially in the Stacco days, like the teens just like really
Took over and
grew, and I spent like Kristi was saying, like you kind of like every week, like, you know, like me and Kristi, we used to lead worship, and so like after we would be on stage, and then normally after worship it's like, okay, let's welcome the newcomers, and like every week there were like newcomers, you know, that you had to kind of like get to know. But it was fun. It was. I always say, like, I consider myself extremely blessed growing up in a church like IES, because not only was I able to, I think, grow in my faith and spiritually, but I just have tons of awesome, fun memories.
doing
It's
it.
not, yeah.
Like we had Locked In, where we slept
Yes.
over. Well,
You know,
I'm afraid the teens will ask,
no.
I give ideas.
No, they've already
asked.
It's okay. No, the thing is, there's a difference between doing lock-ins when you're a teen versus like even when we're doing sleepovers and Stacco and stuff. I'm like, oh, that was so fun. And then when you're a teens pastor or a leader, and then you have to do lock-in, you're like, oh,
No, but
Lord.
then Josh sleeps in early, teens, so don't ask him for a sleepover because he won't entertain you.
Yeah, actually, these days he's okay.
I'm okay.
Although the
Yes.
last time we did lock-in, he was sick.
I was sick.
He was really sick.
I was in pain. I remember the first camp ever. We went to an island. The girls got to stay in like a bungalow. And the guys, we actually had to build our own tent and sleep in the tent. But it was fun.
Yeah.
Actually, wait.
But then, also on that camp, me being competitive, oh yes, that camp. Was it?
yes.
Is it this camp?
Was it one? There
Probably
was
one of
there
them.
one?
There were a few.
Was
I
there
think.
one before it?
This
Maybe.
is 2002 or 2001. And
But,
so what?
yeah.
So actually, like, I wanted to ask you guys what was going on here, and then people will get to see this photo. But what was going?
So
see, this is non-cringy because you're not
Yeah,
in this
yes,
photo.
I'll gladly explain this photo.
Okay, what
So
was
there
going
was
on here?
Eggs put in the
Raw
pipe.
eggs?
Raw eggs. Yeah, well, they
I don't know. They can
cooked eggs there, Josh.
You can buy chopped eggs nowadays, Kristi. Like, and
Or
fill
like,
it in.
those.
the abura soba eggs.
Yes.
No, but this is raw eggs. Raw eggs put in the pipe, and then to test whose lung
Capacity.
is stronger. So they blow together at the same time.
And this is PD on the left, and Pastor Steve, our youth
Teens pastor, yeah.
on the right. So did you remember who won?
I think it was PD.
I think so too.
Yeah, it was PD.
I actually asked PD this morning. I was like, and I showed him this photo, and he's like, "Oh, wow, that's so long ago." I was like, would you still do this with the with the youth pastor? So he might give you a challenge.
Would Josh want to do it?
Well,
I
I
have
think we
pretty
want to
decent
see.
lugs. I mean,
I think we want to see him do that.
But also on that, or like not on this camp, probably the one before. It was again boys versus girls, or maybe teams, and then I had to eat like a raw cockroach.
Actually, I
the
think
games
I
we
have.
played back then was just way crazier.
I think I have a photo of that. I don't have it here. Actually, I do, but I don't want to take the time to take a look. But I'll show it to everyone.
No, but people are.
I think there's a photo of you like putting the cockroach in. Because that was the camp that was the camp we became friends.
Oh, yay! No, but
She's all right. We can be friends.
No, after that camp, I was telling her. After that camp, suddenly she's like, "Oh, Tirza, would you like to come to my 17th birthday party?" And I was like, "I barely know this girl."
friendly. I was telling her earlier.
I actually met Josh before that. I just realized that. I was going through the photos and I met Josh before that. I don't know. I blocked him out of my memory.
Yeah, but you never guessed that I would eat a cockroach like.
No, actually.
But I'm so competitive.
Actually, now I can see that more than before.
Yeah.
Why did you?
To win.
I feel like we were back in the day. I feel like the level of competitiveness that we had was just next level.
Also, okay, let's talk about the games that we have.
Savage, I almost want to say.
Because, now you're the teens pastor. I did a stint as the teens pastor. But, when we became teens pastor, there's all of these safety rules.
Exactly. Well, maybe, probably, there might have been one too many injuries or one too many food poisonings or I don't know.
So, yeah, because even things like this, like there's raw eggs involved. There's no way we can. I don't know if you can do this with the teens now.
Well, not in our new facility because we have carpet, but I would totally. I feel like this game would still be fun.
Pool party. During
Pool party.
parties.
That's right.
And then all of those the games where you get really close to the other person.
Yes, polo, passing the polo with the toothpick.
Yeah, or doing
We should do that again.
Oh, the flower on the nose.
Or
And passing the flower through nose.
How do we do that? With foam?
flower.
No.
Like otapong.
No, and I think I've done one where Steve. I did one where it was peanut butter.
Fun too. I remember I think my worst yes, we ate all that stuff, but I remember at that time when I'm eating it, I was just like, I want to win savage. Who cares? I'm just chowing things down. The worst part.
I ate like a whole onion.
Yes, an
biting
entire
through,
onion. For me, I think the worst one was there was one of the games we had to there were these buscoms, buckets with I guess golden coins or clues to find inside. Just murky fish guts, all kinds of stuff. I remember, and I think there came a moment where I didn't even want to use my goggles anymore because I was just so focused on winning. I don't even care about goggles.
Were you a teen or a leader at this
I was a teen,
an older teen.
an older teen.
Older teen.
And I remember my hair.
Oh no. God forbid.
Even after washing it 5 times, it still stank. And that is when I discovered that girls have this thing called hair perfume. Kid you not. I was like, there is such a thing. So yeah, it was that bad. It was that bad. I needed hair perfume.
Yeah. So I have a question. We'll go to the next photo later. But I have a question. You were talking about how, there's a lot of newcomers coming in. And one of the things that people have been saying about IES is how welcoming it is, how friendly it is, how it's a family. And so what was it like, or what was going through your mind when, because sometimes it's fun when it's an exclusive, like, oh, we were the first to be here, we were the first teenagers, it's like our group, and then having new people coming in. What was the dynamic like? Because at that point, like, whether or not you like them, they're like suddenly become your family. What was it like?
Kristi.
To the point where she invites random people to her birthday.
Exhibit A. No, but because I think we were also, because we were doing ministry, we were also excited seeing all this growth that we want to include people. And we were also doing a bunch of like activities outside of church that it's kind of easy and organic to be friends with a lot of new people. Yeah.
We did paintball, we did water parks, we did all kinds of.
We had so much energy. Oh my gosh.
Now just thinking about it, we're like, oh.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was fun times. And I think, like I said, like it was just, church was a place where we could learn God's word and grow spiritually. But I think it was also just like this place where we could just gather and have a good time. It was almost like a hangout place. Like people would go to the mall, people would go to watch a movie. People came to IES because
we came like 1 p.m. every Saturday, all the way until like 9 p.m. To like first hang out and then like practice and like set up.
Hang out.
And yeah, exactly. So like that's where we spent most of our Saturdays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, well, sometimes like even before I started to serve at IES Teens, I remember just starting to come earlier and earlier to the point where getting
like
scheduled.
having lunch.
I kid you not. And it's good to see that. I think like throughout all the growth that IES has experienced in the over the past 24 years and how it continues on to evolve, it's also so great to see that some things, just these core values of being family, just haven't changed. They're just IES, because I get this message all the time. I get messages from parents like now as a teens pastor, is like, does my child really need to be there this early? And I'm kind of like, well, what time did your child tell you that it needs to be at church?
1 p.m. But I remember that. But then, we had to, we have practice, worship practice. And then some people are really, really strict about when you have to come.
I'm German, guys. I'm German.
Okay, let's see. Okay, what was going on here? This is you.
Yes.
And this is Josh. At some
My
point,
hair?
Josh had a hat on, like backwards.
Definitely, we were definitely playing a game, right?
Oh my gosh.
Oh no! Oh, I was taped to the wall.
Why were you taped to the wall?
You were taped to the wall. How does that work?
And Josh, you were taping her to the wall.
That's true. I honestly don't know what was happening right there.
Like one of our crazy
I'm
games.
assuming this is
like
a game, 'cause
Spider-Man
you're like-
something. Yeah.
Yeah, because we played some crazy games. I need to show these to Matthew and Titus. So
I mean, it could be done.
Actually, I downloaded some of the photos from the vault of all of these weird games that we used to play.
So I don't know what was happening, but I think I was just like, well, on one hand trying to stick Kristi to the wall, but at the other time, like, are you okay?
I don't know though. Sometimes you get competitive and you're
That's
like,
true. Kristi, hang in there.
No, but this one time, Josh and I were leaders at this point at a camp, and we had to be, because you were there too, but we had to lead a group together, and I was I was also planning the camp, and so there were times when I was gone.
She left me.
Yes. And this guy single-handedly did a lot of things, including wearing like a peg leg and carrying one of the teens.
Jessica.
Mm-hmm. I still have that photo. Anyways. Okay, this one probably. Okay, Josh might not talk
I
to me
can't
for a
believe
while.
I wore a yellow hat.
You know what? You also couldn't believe that I wore a lot of pink today.
That's true.
He said this is the most pink I have worn ever, and I told him it's Halloween. This is my costume. But okay, this one, Josh. Okay, you need to protect me from Josh. What was going on there? Why were you there?
I'm a treasure.
That was what.
As the picture says. Because we're all treasures.
Sure. But, okay.
Oh, 9.
Okay. This photo. This is the night I met Josh.
Was it?
Mall, is this a mall or a
Youth Explosion.
Karawachi, right?
Karawachi.
Harvest, right?
Harvest.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
And I always thought that so we met 2000. What was this? 2004.
I remember that was one of my favorite T-shirts.
You wore that T-shirt a lot.
I did, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite T-shirts. By the way, shout out Adidas All-Star. Must have back in the day.
I thought he was going to do a shout out to the leaders, like Weedy.
Yes, Weedy, Pastor Steve, Josie.
Yeah, right. A shout out to Adidas. No, but okay. So right after you took this photo, like I came in to the lobby with Willie Rasilim, and then I got introduced to people.
Nice. No, but shout out to Josie for still looking the same.
That's true.
I thought that's what you were
Josie.
gonna say. Seriously, Josh.
Josie, shout out to you for still looking
Thank me,
the
Josie. I
same.
said it first.
Wait, do I have? Oh, there's more.
Oh, okay, the treasure was a bit terrified. And that double chin is golden.
How old were you?
Well, I don't know. Why
14.
am I panicking?
Well, because you were
Did I
very.
realize that I'm buried out of the sun? Like, you know, like
Were
all
you
of a sudden I'm
like
just
tanning? Were you tanning and then they just decided to bury you? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think that's it.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay.
And with that note,
And on that note, those are some of the memories from IS. I'm sure there are more. There's actually, when I was looking through the old photos, I saw the different hairstyles of Misha. That has changed over the years. But okay, back to that growth in IES. Like what other significant milestones for you? Seeing IES grow.
I think also opening up different services for as the crowds grow older too. Like the teens, after they come back from abroad, then they come back home and then they can't be in the teens service anymore.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't feel too comfortable yet being in the adult service, and then adding that extra service. So like Encounter Now or like Young Adult before.
Young Adult Fellowship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like those or like the people who just started their career and wanted to hang out together. Yeah, so having all those, I think it's
And I think what's so amazing about IS, again, we always say IS is not a we're a river, not a lake. You bump into IS people all
Everywhere.
across the globe.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're meeting a stranger. It's like when you meet those people, it's like you're meeting a family member.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome. Like I said, having like several services, even like teen service, and I think even now, like being in teens ministry from a different perspective, no longer being a teen.
Now having to care about the safety
Yes.
issues.
I think one of the most amazing thing is, like I said, like people go off to study, build careers, but having the people that, I get to minister with Tirza. We've even now a bit more, not as often as we used to, but ministering with people who we were once teens with, or teens that we even now that we led went off, but now returned to be leaders. I think it's just those are just amazing testimony of how IES is just has impacted people's lives. You know,
and like a testament to like the IES is a place like literally for everyone, like
Yep.
all walks of life, all ages, that people can feel home and
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think even with the IS is a river, not a lake thing, it's the planting of all of the IS churches.
Yeah.
Because you're currently serving in a different IS church. Your sister is married to Pastor Mario. Why did she do that?
we love you, Pastor Mario.
We love you, Mario. And like she's in IS Klapagading, and I remember when we just opened IS South at the time, and then some of us had to go back and
Yep.
forth, back and forth
to help out and like,
Pondok Indah to help out. I think just even seeing that and the growth there too is standing. So one last question before my boss like tells us to stop.
we've been having too much fun here.
Yeah. What's your wish? Like not so we've been talking about back in my day, back in our day. How about like in the future? Like what's your prayer for IES and the people of IES?
I think that it continues on to be a place that just welcomes everyone, that that does everything from a place of love, not because it's an obligation, but also I think just to push and challenge people to become more like Christ. I told the teens this past weekend. I think I love the teens. I love Sunday services, but it's really my prayer and desire that it's not only what happens at church,
Yeah.
in this building, but who we are as God's family, as His body, outside in the world, whether it's in the marketplace, whether it's
In school.
in our families, all over the world. You know, that IES gets to, I almost want to say, help be a part in training all of us to accomplish His work.
I think for me, for sure, because the 4 years that I was in college, I was not here. And so I was at other churches. Yes, we were not here. We were outside of IS
Fun fact,
longer.
Kristi and I went to college together.
Yeah. And so so obviously we've tried growing in other churches. So speaking about IS as a home is truly like out of experience. And so my wish is just so that IS could continually be a home to many people, and then for them to just feel comfortable, safe, welcomed, like what Pastor Josh said, and also to grow. And
I was about to ask, is it weird calling him
It's
Pastor
so
Josh?
weird. It's weird hearing her refer to me.
Any for the audience. No, but the other thing too is I was like, because I sound like Kristi. Like I usually just call you babe.
Okay, maybe let's just let's keep it official then.
we don't call him Joshy Washy here. I'm like Joshy Washy.
That's right.
Okay, so Pastor Josh said, yes, IS as a home to many people.
All right. Well, anyways, thank you so much for being on this episode of
Thank you for having me.
IES
Thank you,
Dreams
Tears.
24. Anyways, thank you so much for bearing with us as we go back down memory lanes and uncover photos that Josh did not want to be uncovered. Anyways, thank you so much. We'll see you next week for another anniversary edition of Take a Beat.
Bye.
Bye.